Hello, welcome to another episode of Property Investing with Esther. Hope you're doing good today. So today we're going to talk about the rules of property investing, profitable property investing. Anyone can buy property, but it's to make it profitable. That's what we're talking about here. Number one, you have to buy property, which number one is preferably below market value. These properties tend to be when people want to move on quickly, so they are ready to accept a price lower just so that they can get rid of the property quickly. So that is the below market value property. Uh, People may be wanting to move on quickly because of different reasons, which may not always be pleasant. Death in the family, divorce, and even like taxes as well. People may want to sell their properties quickly. So you can look for properties in which the people want to move on quickly, and you can get these properties below market value, and then you can also add value to properties. The second type of property investing is that if you add value to a property, for instance, if you have a property in which has a large garden, you can put in a conservatory and an extension to that property, and that will boost the value of that property. Or if it has a roof space, you can put in a loft conversion to the property that will also boost the value. And you can also, like if it's a 1 bedroom flat, you can also convert it to 2 bedrooms. You can increase the number of bedrooms in a house. That will increase the value of a property. So also by modifying the property, you can basically improve the value of the property and get more rental yield from that property. So that's the second rule of profitable property investing. Number three, you buy in an area with strong rental demand, an area that's not out in the sticks, like in the farm or somewhere in the rural countryside. Buy where people want to live, where there's good transport links, where there's employment nearby, where there's amenities, where there's facilities. Buy near a good school that also commands a premium. And sometimes nowadays, where there's a good supermarket that also commands a premium for the property. So the buy in strategic areas near a hospital. You always have tenants, nurses and doctors and hospital workers that will stay in your property. So buy in an area that where there are amenities. That is the third rule. The fourth rule is to buy for cash flow. When you buy your property, make sure that the amount of rent that you get always covers the money that you pay out. So typically as a property investor, you pay out money for your mortgages, you pay out money for your service charge if it's a flat. So those are the things you tend to pay. And if it's an HMO, you're going to take on all the bills like water, electricity, broadband, cleaning. So you have to make sure that wherever you are getting in terms of rent is going to cover all the bills that you're going to pay out. And especially for property investors, you have to make sure that you have enough to spare, so that if anything goes wrong, like the boiler stops working, you have enough to repair the boiler. If there's a drainage problem or other things like that, you can afford to pay for repairs to the property. There's no good in buying the property in which the margin is just about £200. Then if anything goes wrong, a boiler goes wrong this month and next month there's another problem, you'll be easily out of pocket. So you have to make sure that you always have enough money to cover your payments, the mortgage, and also cost of repairs to the property. Is very, very important. You have to invest for a long term as well. Most of the time property, it does go up over time. So buy low and sell high. So there's no point in buying a property and then after 2 years you're tired of it, you want to move on, unless the property is very stressful, which you should have bought it in the first place. But try and buy and invest for the long term. I've been in some trainings and the man said never sell, never sell, never sell, because when he looked back on his life, so many of the properties that he sold, then by this now in the 2020, the properties have gone times 4 of the value which they were when he sold. So that's why invest for the long term. That's always a good strategy also. And as I said before, you have to have a cash buffer for your properties. Is as I said before, you always have something extra to spare. So if there's any damages to the property, if there's any repairs that need doing, you can always afford to pay, so that that will not, because anything that happens and that will eat into your profit. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you have any queries about property investing, or you want to invest with me, you can follow me on my YouTube channel, Empowerment with Esther, and I'll be happy to talk you through. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.